Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marlicia's Meanderings, my booktube channel. I am Marlicia, and I am here today to kind of give an update on my September shorts. I think that's what it's called, September shorts reading. I didn't, I didn't do a whole lot, not nearly as much as I thought I would. I kind of ended up in a reading slump and didn't feel like reading much of anything. I did read a few short stories, and I will tell you about them in a minute. Um, Before that, though, I wanted to let you know why some reading didn't get done. Toward the end of the month, I had the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival to go to, and so that took up a fair amount of my time yesterday when I might have been reading, but had a blast and bought way too much. I'm not going to show you here because I don't think you're interested in yarn and that kind of stuff. I did have something that might pertain to book type stuff, but because they're gifts, I don't want to show them on BookTube because I want them to remain surprised for the people that are receiving them. Then today, which is Sunday, I had friends come over from out of state. They were only able to stay for about an hour and a half, but they came and we had tea and we had homemade peanut butter cookies, and we talked about books and we talked about yarn and we talked about all kinds of stuff. So that was a lot of fun. But needless to say, no reading because I cleaned and I talked and then I had other things to do. But I wanted to get this booktube up before the end of the month because I probably wouldn't have a chance to do it. So getting back to the short stories themselves, I forget who is actually doing this. I don't know if it's genre books or if it's Ghost Readers in the Sky. I'm not sure who's doing this. I apologize. I will try to put it in a link in the video below if I remember. Okay, but in any event, I really like this idea, and so I was hoping to read a lot more, but I didn't. I focused on two short story collections. The first one was L.M. Montgomery. This is the author who wrote Anne of Green Gables, and this is what the cover of my book looks like. I don't have the book because it's on my Kindle. And I read two short stories of hers. One was called A Case of Trespass, and the second was called A Christmas Inspiration. And these are really nice as they sound, kind of slice of life kind of stories. You know, there's no murder and there's no, fantasy kind of things. It's just a nice, comfortable read. If think of Anne of Green Gables, think of Little Women, think of Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. It's all that kind of a story, although they're all very different. It's a very nice, easy, gentle kind of read. The one about A Case of Trespass was about a young boy who was fishing on a lake, and the lake was owned by a business, and when that business turned over, he never thought about the fact that maybe he wouldn't be allowed to fish there anymore. And so it follows this young boy as he follows his conscience, and it's a really, really nice story. And the Christmas Inspiration is kind of a nice story as well because it deals with a group of girls. I don't know if they're college age or if they're just kind of living together in a boarding house situation. And there's a lady there who's kind of grumpy and, just unapproachable and things like that. And they take it into their heads. They have an inspiration at Christmas time, and they follow that inspiration, and something really nice happens at the end. So those are the two books from L.M. Montgomery. The other short stories I read 3 Sherlock Holmes short stories. And actually, I should say I reread them because I think I've read almost everything of Sherlock Holmes, but short story and otherwise. But the book that I'm reading from, again, another e-book, so I'm going to show you the cover here, is British Mystery Multi-Pack number, I think that's number 5, the Sherlock Holmes Collection by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And I read A Scandal in Bohemia, and The Red-Headed League, and A Case of Identity. Okay, and The Red-Headed League was always made me laugh because it had to deal with a man with red hair and the situation he got, and by situation I mean a job that he got because he was red-headed. And so he comes to Sherlock Holmes when the job all of a sudden just goes away, and that's an interesting tale. If you haven't read it, I'm not going to go any further because it's very easy to give away short stories without intending it. So, A Case of Identity, I can't quite remember what that one's about, honestly. I would remember it if I looked at it, but it's been a while, so I'm not going to go into that one too much. But The Scandal of Bohemia is the tale about the woman, and that's Sherlock Holmes and this person that he calls the woman, and it's a mark of respect. And so that's all I'm going to say about that one because, like I said, if you haven't already read it, it's very easy to give spoilers for short stories. So that's all I got done for the short stories. I felt like I had one more, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was outside of these two collections, but I don't remember what they were. I was hoping to read Father Brown. I was hoping to read a whole bunch of other things, but time got away from me. I kind of got burned out, and I kind of felt stressed about keeping up with things. So I just said, I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to wait until I feel like reading it. Just a short kind of forward looking at what's coming up, because I don't usually do that kind of stuff, but I feel like doing it today. On October 1st, I will be starting the Isaiah read along with Faith, and I think it's Faith and Books. I always get her channel mixed up. I'll put it in the video below in a link. Faith and Books is doing her fourth quarter read along. I think it's her theological challenge. I forget what it's called, but it's based on faith and theology and things like that. We're doing the book of Isaiah. So I'm going to be doing that with her from October through December. I'm also going to be doing Ivanhoe, and I think that's with genre books. I don't know anything because I'm completely unprepared. I will put it in a link below the video, okay, who's doing that. I do want to do the Ivanhoe. It's a read-along, and I think it's for a month. It's going to be a tall order if it is for a month, but I'm going to be doing that. And then Tahlia and I are doing the, I left it over there, but it's the Golden Age Detective Club, and that's not the right title. I will again put it in the video. I will also do a video regarding that as soon as I get a little time, and that's Golden Age Mysteries. So your Detection Club people, your Agatha Christie's, your Dorothy Sayers, Father John Knox, things like that. And I will do a video after I've seen her video on it and do my video. I will start that October 1st, and that's for 3 months. So that's what I'll be doing. I don't want to stress myself out doing a whole bunch of other things. I will do them as I can. I hope to do tags. I am very grateful to everybody who has tagged me over the last few weeks. I know I am behind on tags. I'm also behind on commenting. I beg your indulgence and your patience, and I thank you for that in advance, because I do enjoy being tagged and I do enjoy the comments. I'm just really behind. But you guys are awesome, and I thank you for joining me here for this very short, oh boy, this very short September Shorts video. And I wish you all a very blessed Sunday, and I hope you will join me again next time I post. And God bless and happy meanderings. Bye.